Hi friends, Simit here from informedtrades.com. In this video, I want to talk about the hammer off support strategy. Personally, this is a strategy that I still rely on pretty extensively. It's a core part of my trading. Pretty straightforward strategy. We've talked a lot about it on Informed Trades. Haven't had a video yet though, so I thought that would be something worth doing today. Okay, the key points. Basically, you want to look for support levels with trading ranges that have been tested multiple times. While the strategy is pretty straightforward, I think one of the prerequisites that a lot of traders would benefit from when trying to implement the strategy is having a really strong understanding of support and resistance. Of course, support and resistance are pretty fundamental core concepts of trading. I think a lot of traders might benefit just from focusing on mastering that or getting to the point where they're really comfortable in spotting support and resistance levels. Of course, we have a course on that, excuse me, on Informed Trades as well. Once you see those support resistance levels with their trading ranges that are forming there, showing that accumulation distribution is going on, the market's, sort of getting ready to make a move, the next thing to look for is a hammer pattern. Hammer pattern is, of course, a candle with a small head, meaning the open and close are near each other, but there's a long wick. So between the open and close, the price did move extensively. When we see that pattern at a support or resistance level, that's a key trading sign. Basically, the way this works is we can place our stop slightly beyond the hammer. The longer the hammer, the more credible it is. So basically, if it's a longer hammer, we can place a tighter stop, or at least that's the way I review it. In terms of when to exit, we can target a resistance level. If there's a clear one on the chart, we can go with a fixed reward or risk measure. That's something personally I like to do. Or we can pyramid. Pyramiding is a strategy of riding a trend and adding to winning positions. We have a number of videos on this as well. Okay, so here's an example. First thing, like I mentioned, is identifying a support or resistance level with a trading range. So here, we see a little bit of a trading range. This is our first sign here. And importantly, what we know, or what tells us that this is a somewhat meaningful level, is that after this range, we did see price reverse the direction, right? So we saw it came here. So something was going on here that was able to push price down subsequently. Likewise, when price re-enters the same area, we see a big breakout above. So again, we see there's some activity going on here that enables price to move sharply shortly thereafter. Now here we have the same. We're back in that area, and we start to get some candles in a range. Now this candle here, this one right here in particular, highlighted in purple, is a hammer pattern. You can see it's got a small head and it's got a long wick. This suggests that especially after a downtrend, so we've price rallied and then it came back down into this range, and then we saw a hammer. What this tells us is that when price came down here, buyers came up quickly and stepped it right back up, shot it right back up. So that tells us that there's some demand here. And that maybe this will be enough to push price higher, and we can sort of test it out. Of course, it's not going to work every time. We can test it out by putting a stop somewhere beyond here, and then maybe we want to target a resistance level here. Maybe we want a pyramid. We want to calculate the math of, I'm going to risk, if I put my stop here, I'll be risking 20 pips, and I can go for then 60 pips or 40 pips, whatever's the risk reward you're comfortable with. And that's basically a strategy. It's pretty straightforward. Like I mentioned, the key parts to it is just having, knowing your hammer patterns well, knowing your support and resistance levels well, being able to identify those basics, and having them down cold is really at the heart of the strategy. If you have anything else, anything you want to add, join us at informedtrades.com. Thanks and best of luck in your trading.